What separates musical theater performance from the past and today is the advancements in technology and how technology is being integrated into musical theater to create sets and projections that really drive a story home. So talking about projections, the most obvious one I think to talk about is Dear Evan Hansen, where they had the text messages going on in the background as the singers were singing. The audience had a visual representation as to what was going on, not only in the lives of the characters, but also in the minds of the characters. And that's something that really wasn't very clear in the past until technology allowed that to be created. As far as set design goes, Hamilton's set design is a clear combination of old traditional set design where you've got blocks and you've got stairways and all of that, combining with modern technology that allows everything to move, everything to be mobile, and make the story a lot more fluid. She Loves Me is a similar scenario where you've got set designs that move around in such, and the word is fluid, in such a fluid way that allows there to be connectedness between one part of the story to the next. And that's improved and allowed the story to really come into the audience and have the audience, and has allowed the audience to really think of the story in that way. Also, what's improved now is kind of the interconnectedness between musical theater and pop culture, culture in general. Musical theater beforehand, I think, was quite a niche market, and what the interconnectedness of pop culture, of hip-hop culture, of stand-up comedy, what that's allowed it to do is it's allowed it to appeal to many more people and to a greater audience. So talking about pop music, you can think, again, Dear Evan Hansen, Pacing and Paul, Dogfight, James and the Giant Peach, Legally Blonde. All of these have managed to combine the spirit and the simplicity of pop music with the lyrical creativity and the emotion that's behind a musical theater song. Talking about hip-hop culture, one of the biggest names is Lin-Manuel Miranda, with shows such as Bring It On, In the Heights, and of course Hamilton. And that has kind of been the first breakaway from this very narrow road into a culture that's typically very different from what musical theater is. People don't usually travel on both roads, and this is the way to meet. As far as stand-up goes, hilarious shows such as Avenue Q, First Date, and Book of Mormon, they've essentially brought a lot more life and a lot more joy to the audience while still telling a story, and that is its own sort of beauty, if you will. And speaking a little bit more about the culture and how culture has been integrated and interconnected with musical theater now, a lot of different stories are now being told that weren't told in the past. Musical theater in the past has been very, very standard, if you will. And it hasn't really been a medium through which other cultures, such as Eastern European cultures, African cultures, South American cultures, Asian cultures, can tell a story, and now that's changing. Casting is becoming slightly unconventional, and overall, I think there's more of a place for me in the industry now than there ever has been, and that, I think, is the most exciting thing, because that means I have a chance.